Hello, you magical beings. It's Junie, checking back in. I wanted to share with you guys a important date today. On the 15th, Mercury Retrograde has ended. Woohoo! I wish I could have little confetti fly all over this planet. Mercury, isn't it a beautiful planet? I mean, look at these colors, guys. I just love this planet. I've shared with you many times that every planet has a neutral, a beautiful, and a negative side. And these planets have an evil side and an angel side, okay? A demon side, an angel side, and a neutral side. I love criminal astrology. I'm trying my best to learn criminal astrology. So I'm seeing it even more so, because when we do these forensic charts for crime, we tend to, we're looking at the negative aspects of these planets. So I've learned more so, that every planet has a beautiful side, a positive side, a neutral side, and an evil side. All all astrology signs can kill, and there is a certain combination that that astrologers have scientifically been able to put it together. That there are certain signs that are more prone to violence, are more prone to inappropriate behavior. But it's not just the one sign. It's usually what's on the rising, on the AC line, that it's very bizarre, but they have it in common. So again, I don't think that one particular sign is the most evil or the most angelic. Every sign is capable of killing. Even cancers are capable of killing, which rules the fourth house, which is usually very family oriented, and protectors of children and love children and all that. But they're the ones that kill children. Look at Lori Vallow. She's a Cancer. Jodi Arias. She's a Cancer. They can love you to death. Tauruses can kill. They build up. They build up a momentum, and then they finally get to a breaking point with a Taurus, and they just snap. And Aries can kill, and it's usually very quick, and sometimes they regret it later. So all signs can kill. What I'm fascinated with is how they kill. Okay, and it matches up with their astrology. The way that they killed or what made them snap is usually has a lot to do with their astrology. It's pretty amazing. Like Ed Kemper, he had a huge stellium sitting in the fourth house. He was ruled by family. Had all this expectations put on his family, and when it didn't meet his expectations, he killed, and he did some crazy things to his mother, specifically his mother's skull. So you can Google that and look that up too. So all signs kill. But anyway, I just wanted to get back on, to let you know that Mercury is going direct. And when that happens, because it's been retrograde, and it's been retrograde in Virgo, so that's a very analytical and critical, overthinking sign. So you may have had with this retrograde maybe some stressful, critical moments with this retrograde. If we're looking at the negative side of Virgo, you know, it's the planet is the planet of communication. So you might have even had these intrusive thoughts with Mercury retrograde, because you everybody's got an annoying coworker or somebody that you live with or a roommate that just does annoying things, and usually it doesn't bother you. that they leave dishes in the sink, or they don't rinse out their cup. They just let it, get hard and crusty, and then you're the one that has to go in there and scrub it. Something like that. And normally maybe it wouldn't bother you. You would just say, "Hey, could you rinse out your cup?" But when we have Mercury retrograde in Virgo, Mercury rules Virgo. So in the house of Virgo, Mercury is Lord of that house. He is the king of that house. He rules it, okay? So when you have a planet that's in office, I think of it as like they're in their own office, right? This is their domain. So when they go retrograde in their own domain, the energies are just a bit more intense. So some people, the retrograde may not have affected them too bad because of the fact that their planet is in office. But then other signs could have had some really hurtful words, or that even you are shocked by some of the things that you've said to somebody. It's not things that you would normally say. Like I said, usually, a coworker at work leaving a coffee cup out on the desk or something, it didn't bother you. But maybe this time you saw mold growing in it and it really grossed you out, and you said, that really gets on my nerves because A, B, C, and you have all these, very overcritical words, explicit words that you wouldn't normally say. And then suddenly they're just rolling off your tongue, and even you're shocked, right? That's kind of what this energy can do. So when a planet goes direct, think of it as they're beginning to move forward, to go into the next house, to occupy the next, the next section in the wheel of life, the next little pie. If you look at the circle, as these planets go through, they go direct, and that means that they're basically starting to move forward out of coming out of retrograde. So think of this fast planet that just put the because this planet is the closest to the sun. That's why we get all the solar flares. Mercury gets hit with a lot, and it does affect us. It comes and messes with our internet, anything that's wired or hardwired. It will mess with your live streams. It'll mess with your money, okay? Mercury retrograde, PayPal, and I don't know if it was, Cash App shut down for 2 days. I wasn't able to access my Cash App. Mercury is the ancient word of merchants, okay? Input, output. It has to do with our money. That's why Mercury and Venus are best friends, because they really have a lot in common. How we give and take, how we, spend money, input and output, budgets, things like that. Banking, media, social media, that's all Mercury, okay? And think about, it's not just the words that we exchange. It's, when Mercury's retrograde, it's been proven, not just by astrologers, but banks have reported that, oh yeah, during Mercury retrograde, we have more bank theft. We have more people stealing, more people trying to take advantage of, manipulating people's money and taking advantage of their wallets. It's been proven. There's more shoplifting. A lot of small businesses suffer, with input and output during retrograde, not having the products available, not having medication available. That is all part of Mercury. Mercury rules your health. It rules your job. It rules your routines. It rules how you care for your coworkers, how you care for your family, how you care for your pets, and how you are of service to them. How we are of service to each other as humans, how we interact with each other, the words that we use, the news that we absorb and put back out, right? So Geminis are wonderful, gifted speakers. They have this tremendous power with their voice, okay? Amazing speech talents, okay? Hitler had a few things with speaking with Mercury. He had a couple of placements in his chart where you can see his voice was extremely powerful. Even Trump, he has he is a Gemini. He has the gift of speech. He is a good gossiper. He's all over Mercury. It's Mercury. I have Mercury as my moon. So my voice can be used to cause great harm, or my voice could be used to heal or to give advice. There's something in me that's wired with my voice. When you have Mercury either on your rising sign, or if you are a Gemini or a Virgo, there's something with your wisdom and your voice. So Virgos use Mercury for input. Geminis use Mercury for output. If you think of Mercury ruling the sixth house, Virgos are sitting in that sixth house, and they're the sponge. They are absorbing technology, absorbing social media. They're absorbing the news. They're absorbing technology to its fullest. And then a Gemini comes along and takes that sponge and squeezes it out and then lets it all flow out. So, they're going to be, Geminis are the best Yelp reviewers. They're the ones leaving, best service here, or there's a party going on here. They will communicate that using technology. Geminis are a wizard when it comes to getting technology out to the world. They use technology to communicate, to use their voice. Okay, so where Virgo is more quiet, but here's the thing: when a Virgo speaks up, everybody listens because they are wise. They're, even as children, they're wiser than you think. They know more than you think. And the questions that they ask will be a very specific and detailed oriented question. I know this because my son is a Virgo and I've raised a Virgo man. And when he did ask me questions, they were questions that I would have to stop and think like, oh my gosh, I really have to answer this question so carefully, because it could actually change the outcome of this boy's future. With other kids, I didn't ever really think that way. But with my son, the questions that he asked were so profound that I had to give him a profound answer. It couldn't just be like, why is the sky blue? I had to go Google it and tell him, this is why the sky is blue. Okay, there's this reflection, there's all this stuff going on. He needed the scientific answer. And, it shows in his personality. He might not speak up a lot, but when he does speak up, we all listen because he's a wise kid. He knows a lot, and I respect him as a young man. I truly do, and I'm 50. So, this planet going direct is starting to move forward. So you might hear maybe the person that said something hurtful to you, you might hear from them. They may not apologize, but you might just get a little text message that says, hey, hey, sorry I freaked out on you the other day. Or you might not even get an apology. You might just get a hello, okay? And you'll accept it because of what these planets are doing for all of us. I also wanted to share a picture of labradorite. I think labradorite kind of looks like Mercury. It's a beautiful crystal. I love it. It's one of my favorites. It's connected to the throat chakra, which again is connected with Mercury. It helps us find our voice. It helps us find our courage to speak up for ourselves or speak up for others. It's a beautiful crystal. And when you move it around and certain light reflections reflect off of it, it changes completely a different color. I mean, it could be like indigo blues. I've seen it be purple. I've seen it be pink and yellow and gold and black. It's a beautiful stone, and it does remind me of Mercury. So I wanted to share that with you guys too. Anyway, so, Mercury has put the keys in the ignition, and it's revving up the gas pedal, and it's getting ready to put itself in drive, or, click into first gear. So, you still might have technical issues. We still might not be out of the woods yet with banking and what Cash App just did. We just had that whole fiasco with Cash App. That's all Mercury, guys. So, just be aware of it. It's when stuff gets weird. We still have a lot of planets in retrograde. Jupiter is still retrograde. And so is Neptune, still retrograde. So we still got to be careful around the water, be respectful of the water, and just take extra care with certain things. But this is a good thing with Mercury. It's a wise planet. It's analytical. It can be critical, of course, but it is going to ask us to focus on our health, because this planet is sitting in the house that it always rules. So it could be a positive thing. We could actually hear of a health. It could be a health scare, or it could be a cure for cancer, or a cure for some crazy virus that we've never heard of, and we found a cure for it. With technology, because it's the planet of technology. It's the planet of sharing medical information. Okay, so I mean, it's a beautiful planet, and it goes into another house after October. I think the first week of October. So might just be hyper focused on our health care, health breakthroughs, advanced technologies and things like that. Maybe an advancement at work or a job change. All this could be affected. The way that we talk to one another, it might start to settle down. Again, like if you've had hurtful words, you might start to, not be so triggered. That's the word, I think, is that maybe you're not going to be as triggered and so explicit about some of the words that you choose to use. We'll calm down a bit. So I just wanted to pop in and tell you all that I love you. Thank you for letting me share my love of the planets with you. I think that they're absolutely beautiful, and I wanted to show you an up-close picture of how beautiful Mercury is. Mercury is in all of us. So, and if Mercury's like for me, Mercury's my moon sign, talking is something I'm going to love to do, and repeating myself like I'm doing now. Sorry. Okay. Love you guys. Enjoy yourselves. It's going to start to loosen up a bit, and hopefully we won't have so many technical issues and banking issues, but, just be aware we're not completely out of the woods yet. Take care of your health, take care of your pets, take care of your, how we are of service to one another, and take care of one another. Blessings to you all. Blessed be. Bye-bye.